You've just witnessed the birth of a boomerang, a real, honest-to-goodness, throw it away and it always comes back boomerang. Not just any boomerang either. It is handcrafted by the world champion boomerang thrower. 29-year-old Chet Snouffer of Delaware, Ohio can boomerang better than anyone else in the world. Chet has been throwing and making boomerangs since he was a kid. What began as a hobby has turned into a money-making business, headquartered in his garage. He and his wife, Carmen, make and sell thousands of boomerangs a year. Mass-produced boomerangs are usually made of plastic and usually don't fly right. But their boomerangs are made of birch plywood from Finland, and each one is signed by Chet. They sell for $10 to $15 a piece, are guaranteed to fly right, and come back. Just what makes a boomerang do that?
Aerodynamic lift, just like an airplane wing, and what we call gyroscopic precession.
What that really means is this.
You throw it and it goes out vertically like this. But when it comes back to you, instead of coming back like this, it's actually now horizontal. It lays down in the air. As it goes out, it curves over, lays down, and comes back to you in this mode. So it's coming at you like a frisbee now. You know, you can catch it between your hands. Go!
Chet and Carmen and Chet's brother, Greg, have been leading competitors in boomerang events around the world, and Chet grabbed the World Championship in Paris last year. In competition, different boomerangs are used for specific events.
All right, well, the first two events would be accuracy and consecutive catch. And this is the boomerang I'd use for both of those. Very accurate and easy to catch, so that would get me through the first two events. We might move on to juggling, where you have two boomerangs that are the same, and you try to put both of them alternating in the air for as many catches as possible. So here's my jugglers. You might get into doubling. Doubling is where you have two boomerangs that are different, and you hold them together, you throw them at the same time, and then they separate in the air, and one comes back first and the other one comes back second. So that would be doubling.
What Chet adds to his bag of tricks is a style that makes him a winner. Boomeranging can be a somewhat sedate sport, since the flying plywood does most of the work. But Chet, who teaches gymnastics for his real job, turns this into a freestyle action sport.
All right.
Chet says he's never done that for a camera before. It looks even better in slow motion. Chet is obviously a pro at this, but says anyone can successfully throw a boomerang.
We think anyone 10 years old or up can learn to throw a boomerang within 5 minutes. And the thrill is just phenomenal that you've thrown this object and it curves and comes back to you. So it's a game you can play all by yourself.
Here's a close look at some of the boomerangs Chet has made. It is such a treat to watch you perform with these. But I'm curious to know where they originally came from.
Okay, they first came from Australia. Here's an Aboriginal boomerang that's handcrafted in Australia.
Intricately painted.
Fly and come back. Now, the boomerang probably evolved from a hunting stick. Here's a hunting stick, again from Australia, which would fly straight and be used to hunt kangaroos or animals.
So maybe it was an accident, the invention of the boomerang. A hunter thought he was making a stick and it came back and took him down instead of a kangaroo.
That's right.
Well, thank you so much for being with us.
You're welcome. Well, Lee, I think we should have you throw one for us here today.
We'll try that when no one's watching. We'll be right back with more PM Magazine.
Mysteries. And at 10, catch NBC News 1986. Stay tuned.